I did a tweet, and it was talking about career women and some women using the excuse of what if something happens to my husband? I have to have a career. I have to work. I have to, and not being available for the husband when he gets home, and so basically I said, I made a tweet where I said, when women say, I need to work in case something bad happens to you, or you stop providing for me, or whatever, I said, well, that makes about as much sense as a man saying, well, Habibti, I need to marry another woman right now in case something happens to you too. I need to marry somebody in case you stop giving rights, your rights that you're supposed to, basically, what some women use. And that didn't go down so well. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That didn't go down so well with the feminists. Okay, but what I'm saying has to be listened to. It's because there's some wisdom to it. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi. Welcome. I've been making a lot of tweets about marriage, about women, about men, and excuse my voice. I guess I'm coming down with something, or it's early, and my squinting is very bright and it's very hot out here today. So I wanted to talk to you guys, young people. Most of you are young out there listening, about marriage. Why you're not getting married? What's keeping you from getting married? Especially women with careers. And so let me start out by first talking about my wife. A lot of nasty content. I can't even talk. Bismillah. A lot of nasty hater tweets. Look. I'm old enough to not care. I really don't. I just block and I move on. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't get to me. I just block and I move on. So the thing with my wife is, because people say, "Oh, Ali, you must be against career women. You're red pilled. You're against career women. Uh, what about Khadija?" And they bring up all of these exceptions to the rule. And so let me give you a little bit of a surprise, maybe even a shock to the feminists out there that think that I'm red pilled and think that my wife is tied to the kitchen or something. Let me tell you a little bit of a story about my wife. True. Allah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tash. There is no better tijara, not tijara, job responsibility than motherhood. So, my wife, she has 2 degrees. I don't have any degrees, but she has 2 degrees. She went to school. She went to school in New York. My wife, and this is where the women have to listen carefully. Have to listen carefully, because am I against career women? Not against them. I just wouldn't marry them, because a lot of men out there don't want to feel like they're second priority to your job, and that's why a lot of them are not marrying you, right? But listen. So my wife, she has 2 degrees. I don't have any degree. My wife makes 3 times what I make. She works in the financial sector. She makes 3 times of what I make. My wife, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, my wife makes 3 times what I make. My wife has about 10 times the amount of money in her account, her bank account, than I do. People say, well, Lee, I thought you were this hyper red pilled gorilla silverback alpha male, and I might be to a lot of people. But here's the thing: knowing that about my wife, why did I marry her? Well, when her and I first got talking about marriage, and I came to find out that she was a career woman, I said, "Oh no, thanks. Next, sorry. Assalamu alaikum. Really good to meet you. I wish you all the luck." And she said, "Well, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. I'm not a career woman. I'm just a woman with a career." And that stopped me, and I said, "Did the same thing. What do you mean?" She says, "No. When I get married, my husband is my priority, and work is secondary." Okay. Here's a woman who understands how to transition between career and goes into wifey mode just like that. So, mashallah, we talked more, and alhamdulillah, we got married. And so I got to see this firsthand, a woman, a career woman who makes three times what I make, has 10 times the amount of money as I have in my bank account, and has 2 degrees while I have no degrees. I have 0 degrees. How does it work? It works because she was true to what she said. Now, when I get home in the evening from work, the laptop is already gone. Dinner is already being prepared. There is no after hours emails, calls from her boss, meetings, nothing. When I come through the door, I am the priority. She can make as much money as she wants in the daytime, doesn't bother me at all. I'm not intimidated by her degrees. I'm not intimidated by the money that she makes. A lot of men would, but I'm not. It doesn't bother me at all because she is who she is, right? So, a lot of women out there, especially young women who have been college educated and are being heavily influenced by feminism, the what if, the what if, the what if, I need to get a degree. You should get a degree. A lot of the people that hear me say this would say, "Oh, but your tweets." Well, that's because a lot of people don't listen to what I say on Twitter. They like to QT me, or they like to RT me, and then, "Oh, look at this guy, look at this." Look, do it as much as you want. It doesn't bother me. It just makes it much more easier to identify who I need to block. Simple. And I don't read what you say. It just it I know the type of person that you are by reading the first sentence that you comment with. It's easy for me. I don't care. I really don't. I want to have a conversation with, with people that want to have conversations, polite conversations, real conversations, and I think that's more useful to do. Good Lord, I guess it's time to come in from recess. Sorry for the noise. See, a lot of and what I said in my other tweet. Look, a lot of people are thinking when I talk about women, women say, "What about men?" But when I talk about men, men say, "Well, what about women?" And what I said in my Twitter is stop this whole women versus men thing. Women stop blaming men. Men stop blaming women. The problem is not men and women. The problem is your mindset. The problem is your attitude. The problem is the information that you have in your skull that has been marinating since high school, college, however long it's been marinating. Stop blaming each other. Stop saying, "Oh, it's the men. Where are the real men at? Where are the real women at? Where are they?" And this back and forth, it doesn't make sense. It's this whole I need to jump on a side. What's up, Snake Juice? I need to jump on a side that so I could be a part of a team or something. The woman hating club, the men hating club, whatever. Look, I can guarantee you. Hey man, what's up, Snake Juice? I almost called you Shakespeare. It looked like Shakespeare from a distance. So the thing is, Muslims, relax. You're being brainwashed. You're being brainwashed, and you're have injected yourself in this fight that isn't really a fight to begin with. The fight is against misinformation. The fight is against falsehood. The fight is against people who want Muslim women to go out and work and ignore their husbands that and not want to get married and view serving your husband as something submissive and wrong. But when you serve your boss, it's okay. That's at least you're getting paid. Don't inject yourself into these type of things. You know, me being 50 years old, I have 7 kids, I'm married. I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you, it's going to be a long life ahead, a long, miserable life ahead if you keep on focusing on these things that in the end won't benefit you at all. Jump out of this fight. You don't need to fight anymore. The only person that you need to fight is yourself. Now think about that. Everybody wants to say, but they wronged me, but this, but that, and we all want to have, to be the victims. We got plenty of fingers to point, but we never really examine ourselves in the mirror. What's going on with us? Why do we think that? Why do we think that about women? Why do we think that about men? Where did it come from? That's all I'm saying. The goal in this life is to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not jump in a gender war, not to make life harder on yourself by just injecting hate into yourself for a different gender. I swear to God, the comments that I got, cussing and talking about my wife and everything else, these are coming from Muslims, right? And when it comes to haters, I have to be clear. When it comes to haters, I can assure you, I'm not bothered by y'all. Look at my face. Honestly, wallahi, you don't get to me. It's something that you're going through at the moment, and I feel sorry for you. Whatever you're going through at this moment that's causing you to curse another Muslim brother or insult him and his family and everything, what can I say? I'm sorry that you're going through this. Alhamdulillah, I'm not going through it, right? I think it's you have to live your life being miserable. I think because a lot of people choose to be miserable. And as I said before, a lot of people they they act as if the day of judgment doesn't exist every day. They renew their disbelief in the day of judgment every day by saying hurtful things. I mean, listen, you don't hurt me, but here's the thing. Listen, you don't hurt me, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still writing what you said down as a bad deed. I'm always going to talk until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns my lights out. I'm always going to talk about these things. I'm always going to try to help people. I'm always going to have conversations. nothing's gonna stop me. Not not tweets from 22-year-old boys or whatever. I I just keep on going. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.